This episode covers our biggest wins and our top takeaways from the entire year synthesized into one episode. Stay tuned.
And we are back with Broke to Awoke. It sounds so good saying it.
So fresh and so clean.
Feels so nice coming out my mouth. Biggest wins last year.
It's a long year.
It was like 12 months, I feel like. It feels like last year was like a whole decade, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a big one, man.
That's what your beard has revealed.
There's a lot. I should start shaving. I'll look 17 years old. It's getting heavy, man.
Oh, man.
Life is heavy.
Hey, Seth dyes his beard every now and then.
We all have to sometimes, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to keep getting it grayer and grayer. When I'm 43, I'm going to be a silver fox. That's what my wife tells me.
Seth, we're never going to let you live it down. Never.
Sorry, Seth. We love you though, man. Britnie, what was some of your biggest wins last year?
My biggest win.
Or wins. You can be.
Yeah.
Because all you do is win.
All we do.
Yeah.
Is
T-Pain
win.
calls you weekly.
Even if we don't know we're winning, we find out later
that we still won.
We're winning.
Yeah, the refs end up telling us.
It's always a blessing later.
Yeah.
So don't label it a curse.
Come on.
Because you're probably going to regret that and realize it's always for your good, but it sure doesn't feel like it at the time.
No.
I would say my biggest takeaway from last year.
Oh, shoot.
Is
jumping into a yearly takeaway?
We're really on to something with what we're doing on the island.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned that the underlying reoccurring theme, because you know me, I'm always looking for the template. The recurring theme to living as a force for good is healing. Healing is required, and it is a forever thing that you must be committed to, which
kind of like
is
brushing your teeth.
Continuing to engage in your own healing. And that doesn't mean to stop and completely be absorbed by yourself and label yourself as broken and all that. It means this does not serve me to view with this perspective. I am not a victim. I am a victor. How did that work out for my good? And or how am I going to redeem it and make it work out for my good? How am I going to really live that scripture that says, resist the devil and he will flee from you? Every time the devil starts to mess with you, you say, I am a force for good. I'm not going to let this woundedness or this pain rob me of my future. And that's really what we're going for. And so we've created this space of healing on the island, which has been like, it's in magazines. Forbes is talking about it now. It's crazy, honestly. I was so made fun of when I said, yeah, we're going to make an island that helps people heal themselves. And so we've created this space where people feel safe and they deal with their demons and they see whatever is holding them back, from their health to their relationships to addiction to suicidal thoughts to just being mean to yourself. Whatever it is that you need a breakthrough in, people are finding it. And I'm seeing how many different people groups need this. Obviously, we've tested this on our veterans and first responders through our Heal the Heroes program. And then we're seeing how desperately entrepreneurs need it, leaders of nations need it, people who have been through really traumatic events, which all of us have been through something. But if we tote those carry-on bags of pain and anguish and triggers with us, we're never going to really make it into the promised land because we're carrying so much. So it's been really incredible to just see that commitment to healing is the required element to live as an unstoppable force for good. That's my big takeaway.
So true.
True. My wins are all the things we've built to have been able to even learn that lesson from crushing it last year in the nonprofit. I'm so proud. I don't take a dime from this nonprofit, so it's taking up so much of my time, but it's my joy. Like, I'm really helping kids get rescued from trafficking.
You are.
We're the biggest direct rescue org in the whole world, which
Planet
is
Earth.
Good and bad. It's great because it's a dream come true, but it's bad because we are too small to have that title. Like, we really should be a lot bigger because this is a huge evil that we're fighting. And it's not the only thing we do. Again, we're we're helping save the life of the rescuer. We're rescuing the rescuer.
Yeah.
We have animal rescue. We have disaster response. We have an adoption program now. We've got aftercare facilities where we are actually taking care of the children that have been rescued. And so we have so many different things going on with the nonprofit, but it feels really good. And after having a dream at 12, I'm truly realizing it, despite the people that have tried to knock us out of the game and make up rumors.
You mean the haters?
Oh my gosh. Get a life.
Get a life, haters.
There's so much evil in the world.
We know you're still listening to us.
Can you please go after traffickers?
Yeah, go after them. Don't go after us.
Can you please go help some people who just lost everything in a tornado? There's a lot of good work to be done. Don't attack each other in the space of saying you want to do good for the world.
Especially don't attack me and you, because you're going to lose.
Dumb. It's just dumb.
People lose when they attack us, Britt.
We're pretty resilient. And,
Sorry.
And we're trying really hard to stay focused on the calling and not the pain that people like to inflict and take the time to inflict. I can't imagine having nothing better to do than trying to hurt somebody else. It's so insane to me.
It's a weird energy too, right?
I just don't have time for it. So if you are sitting around bored, you need something to do, let me know. Because we've got stuff to do.
Tons of things.
So much good to be done.
So much.
So that was my top takeaway. And
now, we say the nonprofit. Can we just be clear?
Aerial Recovery.
Thank you.
Aerial Recovery is my nonprofit. Yeah. And it is doing so well. I'm so proud of the work we're doing. I'm so proud of this hero-led missions and seeing people who at one point in their life didn't want to be here anymore. Just like me. But they've dealt with a lot more than me. And they may have even attempted to not be here anymore. And to see how many lives they are saving because they started to see that there was more need for them.
Right.
And I just want to take a second to remind you, if you have breath in your lungs, there's a reason God still has you here. So don't you be the one to take that breath out of your lungs. That is not your job.
Nope.
And the world is better with you in it.
Yes.
And if you really don't think it is, then start changing every day to where you believe that the world really is better with you in it, because there is forgiveness, there is redemption, and there is more for you to do. So tell me.
You know one of my favorite things about you, though?
What?
I just realized this as you were talking, as you were going through, when you said the word demons, like the demons are in all of us, problems are in all of us. You've had crazy battles you've had to overcome. We all have, right? I feel like the reason that there was a season 2 after season 1 of Broke to Awoke is because I felt like in the moments that we kind of shared everything very vulnerably, I didn't feel judged by you. And I didn't feel that you viewed me as a problem, or you viewed what I had done as like a negative. It was just like, that's just an experience that you had in the past.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people probably would look at you, and if they're around you, especially if they come to the island, they might have this belief that like, oh, I can't share this with Britnie because she's so high and mighty and healed and worked through and has so much, has been on the other side of so much pain and grief and animosity and frustration. But I'm letting you all know that an energetic shift, I do not feel you've really judged people. You just know they experience things, and you don't have any negative energy around their past experience. I think that's a really beautiful trait of yours.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I think that we have a chance to do new every moment of every day.
Yeah.
And so our past does not have to dictate our future.
Yeah.
We don't have to stay there. It has nothing to do with our potential. Things happen. It's time to move on. And again, a huge, I think, lover of redemption, which is why I love this Heroes Repurposed to go rescue kids from like this. That's my favorite thing is we took a horse that was thrown away and headed to slaughter, and now they've become a healer of people that nobody else can reach. Like, I just love,
it's fun.
I love to see what God can do, even when humans have given up on it all. And it's really maybe the rehabber in me to take the broken and see the beautiful. And I've seen incredible transformation my whole life. And so it's a gift and a curse to be able to see it in people, because the curse is sometimes they don't want to believe in it themselves. And so you can't make people step up into their potential, but by God, you can encourage them, and that's all you can do. And so, but I do think it's probably from being a rehabber and taking the most abused, broken, fallen apart, termite eaten, hoarder, rotten dog poo filled houses and making them stunning, highly desired, beautiful places to live. So doing that with the rest of my life.
Season 1, Poop Volcano.
Poop Volcano. Listen up. So tell me your top takeaways and your top wins from the last year. That's some big low-hanging fruit here.
Oh, it is. That's a softball. So top wins, birth of my son. Little Jerremy.
Gosh, he's so cute.
Jerremy Alexander Newsom. Right. Man, kid was so cool. That was a home birth. Full 100% woo as possible. The songs that we had on, like the lights, the shimmery things, the candles, the crystals, she had what's it called? Like Braxton Hicks, I think is the name of it, where it's like a
fake
contractions. Yeah. So we had fake contractions the night before he was born, and 2 a.m, she wakes up. He's coming, and I'm like, oh, I didn't pump up the inflatable thing yet, and so I don't have a pump, so I just start blowing it with my mouth. So I'm pumping up this ginormous inflatable pool.
You're like praying he stays in there.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think I prayed too hard because he didn't come that night, and the next day he did, and it was really great. And it was a 4-hour labor, and Svet did amazing. But she was holding on to me, and I caught him. Ooh. I mean, this was a moment.
Oh,
yeah, this was a moment, and it was very raw. It was very natural. It was very emotional. It was scary. It was incredible. It was gross. I'm gonna say the word gross.
Thank you.
I'm just going to say the word gross, guys. Like, I didn't know what was going on. And there's fluids, there's colors, there's all the colors, there's all the things. I don't have any, I got nothing on. I got shorts on, but like, that's it.
That's
and like, I'm not,
pictures.
Wild. It was wild, but it was beautiful. And it was life.
You said it was bloody.
It was bloody.
Bloody.
It was bloody. Ladies, you're amazing. The things that you do with your body, incredible.
Hey, I didn't do that one.
That's okay.
I had my child surgically removed.
That's okay.
I'm all about that life, though.
That's fine.
And we want to just talk about it, ladies. If you want to go full woo, you call Svetlana.
Call her.
Do not call me. Do not call me.
Don't call Britnie.
I can go through the active war zone in Ukraine with bombs going off all around me.
Don't call Svet for that.
I just went on a bunch of raids in Argentina, arrested some nasty piece of crap pedophiles.
It's not my wife right there.
I can go under, like, whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm your girl. But birth like that, that's a whole different level of tough. And that's not me. And I don't need all the comments. Don't reach out to me about this. We don't need to talk about it. My point is there's multiple options, ladies. Thank God that we live in this day and age. And I'm so wildly impressed. My sisters... One of my sisters had a 10.5 pound home birth.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Oh boy.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't even talk about it. I can't even talk about it. I'm like, no, you're going to have to talk to my other sisters about this.
This is amazing.
It's so impressive. I'm so amazed at women that choose to do this.
I know. And it used to happen all the time. It just happened all the time.
Know who you are.
Yeah. And we had a midwife there, right? Shout outs to Lindsay. We had one of her assistants, and I forget her name, and I apologize. But so we had 2 other women there who are equally as, out there with, all the things they're wearing and the cool chants and all the words and all the beautiful incantations and affirmations that were pouring over our family.
That's good.
It was good. It was a lot of beauty. It was a lot of grace. It was a lot of peace. It was a lot of life. And like to that point, just having him was my biggest win. And
that's such a big win.
Yeah, for the last year.
Healthy baby is the biggest gift ever.
Yeah.
And we've seen it when it doesn't happen that way. We've had that in our family, and there's nothing more heartbreaking, and there's no bigger prayer than for healthy babies. Mm-hmm. And so I'm so happy you guys experienced that blessing.
Thank you. Yeah, June 5th, 2024. And he was close to 9 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah. He was right at that 9 pound stage. So
that's a huge win. What else you got?
I got some more wins. So we moved to Laguna Beach, right? So we picked up from Nashville, sold all of Nashville, moved to an entirely different city and state, new friend group, new environment, new people, totally different. Never been in California before. We're in the Pacific. My wife's in the ocean all the time. So she's happy as can be. I'm running up the mountains all the time. I'm happy as can be. So we are in a really, really great spot.
Yay.
And we were super happy, so happy, obviously, but very, very blessed for that year. A transition. It was a big transition year. And another big win that I was waiting for this season to tell you about, I sold real life trading.
What?
I did indeed.
No.
Back in November.
How did you not tell me that?
I was waiting for season 6.
Why did you not tell me that? I just spent a week with you on the island. You didn't even bring it up.
I know, because this podcast was coming. I knew it was going to be a big deal. Very exciting.
What?
Sold it to the internal team, though.
That's nice.
Yeah, sold to the internal team. So I had a few bids. I had a few funds and companies reach out to me that made me some offers. I was like, wow, this is interesting. I was looking at the math and I was looking at the money. And honestly, after getting absolutely rock solidly punched in the face with some very unique surprises I wasn't fully aware of a year before that, I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm going to create. I'm going to shift. I'm going to adopt. I'm going to grow. I'm going to expand. I'm going to lean back in and crush it. And I did.
Nice.
And November 5th, which was a big day for a lot of things, that was the election day. Mm-hmm. That was also 10 years that I had been part of real life trading.
Wow.
So I reached out to the internal team. I had a retreat, a men's retreat, probably about a month and a half before I sold it. And I did a darkness retreat.
Ooh.
And so it was very, very fun. It wasn't the whole retreat, it wasn't in darkness. But one of my coaches, sat me down. We did breath work. We did ice plunges. We did hot tub immersion back and forth between the two, fully blindfolded, no clue where I was going, pure darkness. No one was speaking. So it was just the sound of nature and darkness, experiencing different.
Do they surprise you and make you think you're going to hot plunge and double ice plunge?
Yep.
Oh man, I would do that to people.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Very, very
for their good.
So talk about vulnerability, talk about just losing all control. Right? I had no clue what was going on. It was amazing. Wherever I was going, didn't know where I was going. So I sat down on grass. I sat down on a couch. It was amazing. It was incredible.
So stressful.
But in that moment, I learned a couple of things. And one of the top takeaways that I had for all of last year, this happened in this darkness, was that it's okay to heal in light. It's okay to heal in darkness. And that God can be both light and darkness, meaning like the universe.
Yeah.
If you look out into the space and the cosmos of the universe, there's nothing going on out there. It's just dark. But if you open up enough light, all the light from all the stars come in. Mm-hmm. So it depends on where you're looking.
Yeah.
Because you can heal in darkness, you can heal in light. Darkness isn't bad. Darkness is just avoidance of light.
Oh.
And so I started thinking about the cosmos. I started thinking about how much is out there in the sky and realizing that the universe is infinite and really, really understanding the spirituality of infinite and piecing that together because again, from a light and dark composition, you can have infinitely big and you can have infinitely small. So imagine a cell, like the cell of a human body. You can go into the cell of a cell, the molecule of a cell, the molecule of the molecule. It keeps going. You get smaller and smaller infinitely. It never stops, just like the size never stops. So you have infinitely large, you have infinitely small. And all that comprise means that God is infinite. And if God is infinite, you can always ask for more. You can always have more, and you're never subtracting.
Ooh.
That was my big takeaway for
There's a breakthrough for an abundant mindset.
That was a big one. That was
so good.
So good for me because fragments of my belief, a scarcity belief is if I have $1 million, someone else in the world doesn't have $1 million that should. And I don't need that million because I got plenty of millions. I don't need another million. I'm good. So this other person in Honduras needs that million more than I do. Right. But if I can have my million in addition to what I have now, and that person can have their million, that's also a possibility. It doesn't have to be one and. God's not a zero-sum game.
Right.
You're not subtracting from anything. In fact, you can't subtract from infinite. Because if you subtract from infinite, it's still infinite.
Right.
It hasn't changed anything. And that was probably top takeaway for the year because that led me to all other kinds of spiritual beliefs and healing practices and thoughts I never had before.
Wow.
Books that I want to write, messages that I want to share. That moment healed my spirituality.
Wow.
Yeah.
I actually have a really beautiful poem about how God can be in the light and God can be in the darkness. So this is a beautiful poem that one of the guests on the island gave me. I meet the most incredible people when we became a resort. It just, the most amazing people are just hanging out there and having breakfast with us.
Yeah.
And we were talking about understanding love as light and darkness. And she sent me this poem. So it's called The Languages of Love. I stepped into love's presence, unsure if I had been summoned or if my soul had simply wandered here on its own. Love sat before me, ancient, eternal, dripping in something older than time itself. It did not blink. It did not rush. It just was. You came, love said. Finally. I had questions, I admitted. I know, love said. Sit. The air around us shifted. Love leaned in. Its voice, less a sound, more a vibration. Something I felt in my bones. You think I have only one voice, it said. You think I speak in poetry and soft things, but I have never belonged to just softness. I am fire. I am water. I am wind. I take shape. I take form. I take what is given and return it remade. Teach me, I said. Teach me how to hear you. Love exhaled, and I swear the walls breathed with it. I speak in many tongues, it said. I speak in touch, the graze of fingers, the pull of bodies, the weight of hand steadying you, and your knees give out. I am the way a mother presses her lips to the temple of her sleeping child, the way lovers pull air from each other's lungs, the way a stranger lifts a fallen bird back into its nest. I speak in words, in the poetry of a confession, in the prayers whispered for someone else, in the way your name sounds when spoken by someone who truly sees you. I am in every be safe. That really means come back to me. I am in every I'm fine that is begging to be heard. And when words fail, I asked, then I speak in silence. I am the quiet between two souls who understood each other without speaking. I am in the stillness of a hand on your back when grief has stolen your voice. I am in the pause before an I love you and the echo after it's gone. I closed my eyes, feeling love settle into my bones. But love, I said, why does the world feel so full of pain? Love sighed, not in sorrow, but in knowing. Because you have been trained to believe that I only come wrapped in ease, that I only arrive as the thing you wanted, never as the thing you needed. You call me love when I feel good. You curse my name when I come as a lesson. But I do not serve your comfort. I serve your becoming. Ooh. So heartbreak, I started, is love too, love interrupted. Just wearing a mask so you don't yet recognize. And loss? Still love, it said, because nothing real is ever lost. I do not vanish, I transform. Love's gaze did not waver. Hate is love that has been wounded. Fear is love that has forgotten itself. Even war? Love's voice did not flinch. Is love turned inside out? A hunger to belong twisted into conquest, a longing for power poisoned by fear. Even in its most violent forms, war is love distorted. Men so desperate to be remembered, they carve their names into the bones of the earth. I flinched. That can't be love. Then you do not yet understand me, love said. Even fire, when uncontrolled, can burn a house down to the ground, but fire itself is not the enemy. And evil? I whispered. Love tilted its head. Evil is love that has been starved. It is love so afraid of itself that it becomes a shadow. Even the darkest heart still beats because of me. Even the cruelest soul still craves what I am. So why do you allow it? Love's eyes burned. I do not allow anything. I flow, I move, I do not force. And that is why I am often misunderstood. To force is not my way. To burn down choice is not my way. I allow even the lost the right to remain lost until they are ready to see. The room darkened, not in a way that scared me, in a way that made everything sharper. Love's voice deepened, as if pulling me through time. I am older than your religions, older than your books, older than the first language ever spoke. I existed before sound, before breath. I was here when the first star was born, and I will be here when the last one fades. I am the force that makes the sun rise, the rhythm that tells the tides when to pull back. I am gravity. I am time. I am the glue between all things. I do not begin or end. I only change shape. Love looked through me now. You are not separate from me. You are not born to find love. You were born to remember that you already are it. You are not a body searching for love. You are love wearing a body. The room began to fade, but love's voice remained. Listen deeply, it said, and you will hear me everywhere. Brandon Collinsworth.
Wow. And with that, we'll see you in the next episode. We unpack that a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Talk about it so that we can really, really understand the depth and the power behind those words.
See you on the next Broke to Awoke.
If at any moment during this podcast, you've been inspired, but you're thinking to yourself, dang, I sure would love someone that's already there to kind of pull me across that finish line, I got you. I can do so much to help you radically shift and alter and expand your money, your mindset, your growth, your impact. Pop over to jerremynewsome.com. Might update it to jerremyjmoneynewsome.com. But Jerremy with 2 R's, jerremynewsome.com, and just reach out to me. Let's have a conversation. Let's see if I'm best suited to give you the most amount of impact, the most amount of money, the most amount of wealth, and just really change your life so that you can become a true and powerful force for good.